All right, Mike Jones here with Ken's. It's a brand new show. I am en route. I'm so excited. I love to serve our local community. We are going down to the Children's Hospital at Navicent Health, where we're going to honor the Thomas Pandolfi concert. Is November the 11th. It's going to be at Mulberry United Methodist, open to the public, to celebrate these children. All of the proceeds, get this, all the proceeds are going to stay local to benefit 45,000 children are directly affected by what we do when we support things like this. So just know that, plus November being military family, it's a celebration for military and veterans all over the world is in November anyway. That's what we already celebrate. So we are in transit, brand new show, and you're gonna love it.
Little George's #1 sight and sound source. Go to Ken's.
All right, this is Franklin Thayer. He is a volunteer. Tell us about the event. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name is Franklin Thayer, and I am a volunteer for sick children. Have been for the past 35 years. We all have our reasons,
Right.
Mike, for wanting to help. Mine was, I just spent a long time in a hospital, getting ready to get out of the hospital. Doctor said I had a brain tumor.
Right.
I went on a pity pot, took me down to look at the children. I met a little girl that was 4 years old, came up to me and basically put her hands in mine and said, Jesus is going to make you well. She passed away 4 days later.
Oh, sorry.
So, it just changed my life to want to do what I can to help children.
He is an amazing source of energy. I want to tell you that. He is so very passionate about what they do. Right now we are at Navicent, which is a children's hospital. You're fixing to meet a little boy that's just precious, and he is just an amazing boy. Mason, how do you like the children's hospital? Is it good, bad, fun, not fun? Fun? You got your own playroom. It's pretty awesome, isn't it?
The hospital just steps in, they fill in the cracks, they, provide emotional, physical, mental support. Anything that we can ask from them, you better believe they're going to try to give you what you,
And from Atlanta to Gainesville, Florida, is my understanding. This is the source for a children's hospital.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think people in the Middle Georgia area realize how much service. Last year they served 47,000 kids at the children's hospital here in Middle Georgia.
It's a lot more common than people could ever imagine.
Just take a second. We really want to thank Ken Stereo for doing this for us. And what we're doing, we're bringing in a concert pianist. His name is Thomas Pandolfi. He's worldwide renowned.
I hear he is amazing.
He's amazing.
Right.
He's amazing.
Amazing.
This is also, he's going to be playing music for our vets. That is Veterans Day.
Oh, nice.
And he's going to be doing all the American music. We have First Sergeant Gene Blackstone, who opens for the Falcons and the Braves.
This voice is amazing. I watched him on YouTube. It's amazing. So listen, you got to be there 7 p.m., November the 11th. All the proceeds stay local to benefit these sick kids, and we got to thank Frank there. He is amazing. All right, now this classic Mustang is just a little teaser for what's coming up in the next couple of months. We are just now getting this car. This is absolutely insane. Let me tell you what we did. We kind of got, the trunk is already stripped down. He is using a fuel cell, but here's where you start with your dynamat. This is a very big part of the installation because this is what keeps rattles and all the crazy stuff, and when you put in subwoofers and stuff back here and amplifiers, you're trying to keep them cool, keep the sub stable, and not have a bunch of crazy rattles in a car that's 30, 40 years old, right? So we've got an Optima yellow top over here in the corner. This will control. So there's two batteries, one that controls the car and one that controls the car stereo, which is my way of thinking. Now, as you can tell, what we've been doing is there's a whole bunch of this stuff like F-150, right? My first time I ever learned how to drive was an F-150, and the first thing somebody taught me how to do was flip the breather over, if you remember how to do that. And then this Jeep has already been on our show. It is absolutely insane. JL Stealth double din. So if you just can see the variety that we do, and these technicians are absolutely incredible at what they do. They're so very passionate. I just got finished saying the other day, it is amazing the difference in the technicians today than even 20 years ago because of the way they think and the way they get so excited. It's so amazing. So when you come into Ken's in Macon or in Robbins, make sure not only do you talk to the sales guys, they'll help you with the money, but talk to one of the brainiacs so they make sure, because guess what? They know what works best in your car because they strip them to the skin. pause it for a second. Listen, this is a Yamaha-driven Klipsch Atmos theater, right? So it's full surround throughout the room. This is Samsung's, as you can tell by the picture quality, 4K 85-inch full-on smart LED, which I absolutely love. These are Klipsch's 5800s. This is the nicest speakers that they make, magnetic grills that can be painted. And the deal with this is, with Atmos, you got to be very specific about speaker placement. So you have your left, your center, and your right, subwoofer in the front right corner. These are your front effect speakers, right? And if you'll flip around to the back here, these speakers have to be as close to parallel with those speakers as they can be, right? And then you have more effect speakers, right? And what this does is it creates a height perception of sound, right? So I can hear the motorcycles go up and down, and it goes up and down as if I were on the bike. What's so cool about the Yamaha amplifiers, they're called a vintage, is they have a microphone that comes with them that we set in the middle of the room, and it actually measures how sound and echo and all these things move. It measures the height of the ceiling, and it sets the amplifier up for us to fine tune it after it sets up the parameters of the room. So when my men came in here, we got all the speakers in the proper placement. Then we did our evaluation and did our sound tune, and then that's when you go into a movie like this, which is in complete 4K. So this has Samsung's new 4K Blu-ray player, which is very, very nice, only $300. And these TVs come anywhere from 32 inches all the way up to, fairly obvious, 85-inch, right? We are using the MX remote control. This controls the whole system. It even controls sound outside, out in the pool. I'm sure you can peek out the window and see that. And this has a second zone that runs that. So this allows me to run my amplifier, CD, DVD, stream my music, stream my movies, anything I want to do from right here. And you start, the equipment rack is in there. I'm sure you're going to see a cutaway of that at one point of this. So at the end of the day, this is where we're going to end. This is exactly what you want, is this kind of sound.
Baby, don't you run away. Baby, don't you run away.
All right, Harley Davidson, let me tell you, I love that y'all let us do as many motorcycles as we do. We do all types, anything from ATV, anything. It's really no limitation, but this is kind of our bread and butter of the custom side of our motorcycle world, Harley Davidsons. Now, this gentleman said, I need AM, FM, CD, USB, mini input, aux, Bluetooth audio, and satellite radio. And he got it all right here at Ken's. Okay, so this is Alpine's 164. This is the best sounding radio that they make. So as you see when I go through my source, there's a Pandora link built in, aux in, right there's my AM FM radio, Sirius XM, which is really nice. Back around to my CD, good old fashioned CD. Then you got a USB for your thumb drive right here, and then hit it one more time back around to Bluetooth. Bluetooth being your wireless audio from like your phone or whatever you're using for Bluetooth. Now, we put in Alpine Type R speakers. So we rebuilt these grills right here, and this is the grill cloth and stuff that protects them from weather, which is really nice. So this is holding a 6.5-inch Type R, which is Alpine's best. We also put 6x9s back here in the bags. Check this out. So we build these bags out, and then we bolt them in, and we put like a weather type piece in here that does this, and then we build these grills right here. We have these actually built for us, and these grills keep the water from getting into the 6x9 that we put in here. This uses a neodymium magnet. Now, if you don't know what that is, this is made to take heat. The whole idea behind this is it will take heat. And of course, these bags, you're gonna get 100, 120, 130 degrees in the weather when you're traveling down the road, plus all that vibration, and that absorbs all that the way we build these into these bags. Now, that being said, we did a JL Audio HX series amplifier called a 280, so there's 280 watts of power on this motorcycle. And does it work? Well, you're gonna have to tell me, but this is nuts. Right, you hear the highs, you feel the bass. It's on a motorcycle. Let's do it a little more, a little louder. Y'all, let me tell you, pricing wise, their speakers are anywhere from $149 and up, depending on the size, all the way up to about $249. Amplifiers are $199 to $299, and they're weatherproof. They're made to be in water. These CD players, and you like this, are anywhere from about $129 and up, all the way up to about $249 when you get to the very best. But keep in mind, that's just not a lot of money. XM satellite radio add-on is 99 bucks. So when you come in, bring your bike. Let me get with my rocket scientist guys back there. And what we'll do is we'll plan out a system. This thing was way, way, way under budget. And this thing is ridiculous. Listen.
Justin Jones with Ken's. We are here at Everlasting Gospel Holiness Church, where they gave us the opportunity to redo their entire church. It is awesome. We redid their sound, we redid their video, and we even built a sound booth. We're gonna start here with video. This is Hire's new 65-inch 4K. You can see the ceiling mount now. This TV's not going anywhere, but we still have the flexibility to move it around. So we can move our TV wherever we need it. So if our congregation is kind of being a little scared and they're sitting in the back, we can actually move the TV so that the people in the back can see a little better. Or if they move forward and we actually fill our church, we can kind of square it up so our whole entire church can see. Or we also put a DVD player in this church, so if they have their kids' night on Wednesday at youth, we can move our TV so all of the kids can see and eat their popcorn and watch God's Not Dead or whatever movie they decide to watch. It is a great, great asset for them, especially with this very deep stage. They still have all of this stage space to use. So we didn't take anything away from all this stage, but they still get a 65-inch TV that everybody in the entire congregation can see. Now, this word up here and this cool background is actually brought to us by ProPresenter. ProPresenter is a Mac-friendly and PC-friendly program, and it allows us to do anything. I mean, anything. We can import videos, we can put scripture up, we can change our backgrounds, we can change our foregrounds. You can do anything. It's an incredibly powerful tool, and it is an instant upgrade to any video system. Now, let's talk about sound. In this church, we did not one and not even two, but we did 4 12-inch PV speakers, and they sound incredible. I'm going to give you a little soundbite real quick. Mic check, 2, 3. Hello, mic check. This sounds unbelievable. I mean, it fills up this whole church. You're probably seeing a cutaway of just how big this church is. It's very deep, so we thought we needed a rear fill. That's why we did 4 speakers. Now we're going to take you back to the sound booth so you can see our craftsmanship back there. Now we're back here at the sound booth, and this thing is awesome. It's great size, it's very big, but we do have to do sound and video and recording all back here, so we need a big sound booth. We had to take out a pew, so we did remove a pew to accommodate the bigger booth that we put in here. This is a half booth, and we do full booths. If you want to just completely keep everybody out, we can do some full walls and a full door. This is just kind of to prevent the little kids from getting their hands all over our mixer. This is Behringer's new Producer X32, so this is actually a 16 channel, but it does have the opportunity to be a 32 channel, and it is fully digital, so we can still save all of our scenes. We still have a full graphic EQ for every single input and every single output, and this does have 8 different outputs, so everybody on stage can have their own monitor if they really do want it. This is our laptop. This is what we're doing most of our video from. This has ProPresenter 6 in it. It is the latest and greatest version of ProPresenter, and it is incredibly powerful. If you already have a video system in your church, ProPresenter will night and day make your existing video system better. It is really just that powerful. Down here we have our rack. This is where all of our equipment is. And it's all in this nice little 16U thing. It is on wheels, so we can move it around if we want to. And this makes everything so much easier because we still have all of this great counter space. So now we can have our order of worship up here. We can have our couple people, and we don't have to worry about them accidentally hitting a button or unplugging something because everything's nice in this cabinet that's on wheels.
All right, now this is the new JBL Pulse, and this is awesome. It's kind of the newest in the Bluetooth breed of speakers. I love the fact that when you set it up on its top, the lights actually go back into the up and down versus the side to side. You see how that's moving. Now that's moving with the music, but even when you adjust the volume, it shows the volume attenuator. Listen to that sound. Now check this out. When you go into the JBL app, it has its own app, you can actually change the color of the lights. Look, watch. Isn't that nuts? You can change the intensity of it, lower, higher, equalizer. Check this out. Rainbow. Club. Oh, look at this. All these different things will go with the music, and it beats. And I love, like I said, when you stand up on its end, and there's your volume control. Just $169, completely rechargeable. The new JBL Pulse, got them in both superstores. Awesome. All right, in the custom world, I'm telling you, man, I love that these folks have trusted us. Now we started doing these big trailers because they want to do audio and video and entertainment and huge surround sound in these trailers. So this trailer is amazing. We built all of the walls, all of the ceiling, put in our own LED lights. Everything is trimmed out by us. All clipped speakers, full surround sound. And the flat panels are showing the video. Now this is the 1/16, and basically they're showing these future recruits that this is what you can do in your career. I love that this video is going to be playing in here, but what's cool is I can go right in here and flip it over to Bluetooth, and this video can still play, but I can get my music jamming in case they just want to change the atmosphere of it. I mean, listen to that. Amazing. Now, coming into here, this is kind of their foyer area where you can come in and out. This got an equipment rack that we built in. We built all these cabinets, and we put in these uniforms for the 116, just to give these guys an idea of how awesome it is to be joining up and serving your country. Now, back through here, you'll see, turn that down just a little bit. You'll see the iPads right there is where they can come in and sign up and actually go into the recruiting stage right here for the Air National Guard right here. So these are all going to be signed up, and they'll be able to sign in for Wi-Fi and everything. Now, another cool thing about this is we actually put sound outside. Isn't this amazing how this thing is so trimmed out? We were talking hundreds and hundreds of hours on our part to get this thing done. They're just going to be freaking out when they take delivery of this today. So we put clip speakers out here. Watch yourself, David. These clip speakers are called the CPs. They have a lifetime warranty. And what happens is we put quick release brackets back here, and they can break them down and just leave the brackets on here, but they can take the speakers in and out when they're traveling up and down the highway, right? We also installed this gigantic awning, right? So this awning will come out all the way over to keep them shaded when they're standing out here and doing what they do. So Air National Guard. Now again, this is not wrapped yet. This is the old outside, but definitely the new inside. Come back through here one more time. I just can't get enough of this. I'm so proud of my men and everything. Look at this. This is so cool. This is going to be showing when the future recruitees come in through here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, my guys are out here. They're unloading all the new Rockford Fosgate product is coming in. You see Harry, you see Austin, you see John Cotta doing what they do. So basically we're going to have a $299, $399, $499, $599 base package, what will come with subs, vented enclosures like this made by Rockford Fosgate. It'll come with the amplifier, it'll come with cables, and of course installation is always free at Ken's unless you just get super duper custom. So you need to get into Macon and Warner Robins. This stuff just arrived and the sale is on. Now on the new front of sound bars, this is JBL's new series called the 250 series. I love the thinness, I love the feet on it, it's really nice. And let me tell you this, now it comes with a subwoofer right here, which is Bluetooth operated, which is nice. So all you have to do is plug it in the wall and it can go anywhere in the room. But here's what's cool about this. The unique part of these guys is they have kind of gotten towards what they call a virtual surround. What that means is it's not trying to bounce sound off the walls and all that, but so many folks, including myself, just can't hear the television. I've said that to you a couple months in a row, just kind of letting you know that sound bars are kind of on the forefront of when you buy a flat panel now. It's almost a must to buy this because the flat panels just don't sound that good. Now, in regards to sound, I do, and in quality-wise also, look at this. This is all really, really nice made aluminum mesh, and it's just nice that it's not so plasticky feeling. And I'm gonna get to the price in a second, but you gotta hear this. Check this sound quality. You hear the bass, you hear the dialogue. I mean, look at this. This is what you're watching, and listen to this. You can hear the wind, right? Crazy. Now, on top of that, for just $299, you also get the Bluetooth option. Check this out. So you go into this piece right here, and this has all of the different options that you can do. But if you decide you want to go to your Bluetooth part of your menu, you hit that. Listen to this. So it's wirelessly linked to your phone.
I smell wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night.
I mean, folks, that's all that's playing is this piece right here. So keep in mind, you got full control from the remote, right? You got full control from your phone. It's one cord from your TV in here, just one wire, and it comes with the soundbar. $299. JBL don't play. All right, 2012 Porsche Boxster. Now the Boxsters are not big, okay, but what it is from the factory, most of them come with Bose speakers. Well, the Bose amplifier and the Bose sub is behind your head, and the problem is they're so tiny, they distort really, really bad, and then you end up cranking it so hard to play it that you can't really hear it, right? Now this system sounds absolutely incredible. So he already had an aftermarket radio in it when he bought this car, which is nice. This is a factory Porsche kit that allows us to put a double DIN like a touchscreen in here. So he has an aftermarket radio, but he just didn't have any sound quality. So we went to JL Audio, which we do so often, and JL Audio makes a component speaker called a C3. So it fits in the factory speaker location, as you see right there. So everything looks like stock, and we actually mold our own speaker and build our own enclosure to fit in the door. Now, the thing is, the sub wasn't big enough, so we built our own enclosure far, far, far into the footwell where your feet don't even get up into that area. And this is what they call a 6W3, which is a dual voice coil sub. It is a 250 watt, 6.5 inch subwoofer. We built an enclosure, built a trim panel, and then we put our own grill on it. That way, if you kick it or something, you can't do any damage. But now listen, JL Audio, you're seeing the cutaway right now, they make a 500 watt 3-channel amplifier. I think that is so cool. So 2 channels go to your component speakers in your doors, and then it has another amplifier that's mono driven, meaning for one, and it goes right into that subwoofer and gives you all this power, and it has a crossover network built into it. Now, all that being said, let me just back this up. Listen, this is insane. Listen. Feel it. That is insane. Every single instrument. Feel the bass. I can do this all day long. I do this all day long. Now listen, the reason that is so important for you to hear it that way is your ear hears 20 to 20,000 hertz if you have perfect hearing, right? And when you do a tweeter and a mid-range and a woofer, it plays that entire frequency band of what your ears hear. That's why it's so important to fill in all the gaps so that your mind hears exactly what it wants to hear. And that's what we've done here. Porsche Boxster. All right, we are at Middle Georgia Regional Airport, which is in Macon, and I tell you what, they are growing. They're fixing to have a new airline come into here. They're making all types of improvements, and they have hired us to take care of all their audio, video needs and dreams starting here. There are flat panels throughout the airport, all the way back into gates 1, 2, and 3. And these are going to be, as you can see right here, they're going to be places for advertisement and updates and types of bulletins and stuff like flight lines and stuff like that. We also came in, as you see these speakers that go all the way down. We added a monstrosity of an amplifier so they can page throughout the entire airport, even all the way out into the front parking lot and out onto the runways. Now I'm going to walk you through here in just a second and show you the security cameras. Every camera in here are 1080p, right? So they work day and night. We even got it where you can see all their baggage lines and stuff in 1080p HD. It's awesome. You're going to love this. All right, now we're in their IT closet. This is an area that stays locked down. I mean, it's like literally locked down. I had to get a security guard to come in here for the obvious reasons. And this is just the first grid. This is the only grid I'm allowed to show you. What's awesome is you need to see the details of this. Check this out. I mean, look at that. Look at that. You see the grains in the carpet. It's crazy. Look at that. So this way they can keep up with what's going on in the airport. This is where all the, the bags come around or whatever. I always wanted to ride one of those things, but that's there. Check this out. There is their runway, right? There's the airplanes doing what they do. And it's cool because they can zoom in and zoom out. They can also timestamp what they want. And it has a 4 terabyte hard drive, which is really, really nice. Look at this. You can see right over the top of the bags that come through, which is good. I would think from a proof standpoint or a safety standpoint, which is really nice. And this grid stays up, and there's another grid that goes, like I said, this is just the one I'm allowed to show. But it's cool because the DVR records 24 hours a day, right? And this allows us to come in. If there's ever an issue, look right here. You just basically put a flash drive or a thumb drive right in here, and you can download that into a file so that you can have permanent copies. And I think that's a really good idea, especially on like inspection days and stuff like that, so you can have a hard copy or a print to go back on later dates, right? So when you let us come into your home or when you let us come into your business, we'll have a grid like this that we can put up on your TV on your wall. We can put it in your office. But it's cool when you have a business set up like this because it's easy for us to service, and this is a dedicated room to that, because when you're running 30 plus cameras, this is how it's done, folks. I'm going to show you a couple more of the cameras in a second to get detail. But let me tell you, when you got detail like that, folks, that is what 1080p is. All right, so in like gates 1, 2, and 3, they've got these Shure mics. Again, I'm sure you've seen a microphone before, but what's cool is, I mean, you can call it, hey, flight number whatever for Michael to go on vacation for the first time in 3 years is right now, right? So anyway, they have these microphones from Shure, and they're at all 3 gates. But here's what we did. This is a zone that if you want, you can have this page throughout the entire airport, or you can page just in this one gate, because you may have this one gate full but nothing else going in the airport. But if there's like an urgency, an emergency, there's a master back where the amplifier is that allows them to page the entire airport, which could be, just things happen, right? There's also a whole nother zone in the front parking lot that does, no parking in the red zone, that whole thing off of Airplane the movie. Well, that actually happens out there, and it tells you don't leave your bags unattended and stuff like that. This music plays in a loop, and every 10 minutes it interrupts the music and puts out all of those warnings and cautions and things that help us to be better people that fly at the Macon airport. So this is cool. So Shure microphone, this is a must. These things are only like $129, and they last, really, they do last forever. It's awesome. All right, now I'm in the conference room of the Middle Georgia Regional Airport. Let me tell you, we put in a 110-inch screen. This is Hitachi's new 5,000 lumen. The reason I went so bright in this size room, because I use this projector a lot in the really, really large churches that we do, is because of that right there. Right? I mean, we have a full sunny day right now today. All this sun is coming in, right? And you can still see that image absolutely perfect. Now, here's what we've done with this conference to keep it simple. We have a way to wirelessly hook up. So they have a way, what they call light show, that allows them to wirelessly put their images up. We also have a hard wire over in the corner that allows them just to plug in an HDMI or a VGA. But these new amplifiers called EA series, they mount into the ceiling. And when you mount them in the ceiling, they're signal sensing. So whatever goes through the projector just goes to the amplifier, and you don't have to have that gigantic rack with all that equipment. We also did clip speakers. If you come right around here, look at this, David. Look at this. See how they kind of go in a row? And the reason we did them all the way in the horseshoe is because this table is in a horseshoe, as you can see. So all these speakers kind of feed all these angles around here. So if they have a group of 20 or 30 people in here, everybody kind of gets the bird's eye view, and it gets the full kind of enveloping surround. 110-inch screen is motorized, so it can go up. So if they ever decide, long term to put a whiteboard in so they can do drawings and stuff like that too, you can just let the screen up and that works good. These projectors now, they are LCD. And let me tell you why that's so important. A lot of folks will look online and see projectors for, really, really inexpensive that are bright. And the problem is they are DLP. And in this particular environment, LCD is about 40% brighter than the DLP. DLPs are more towards the theater world. LCD is more towards the conference world. So let me tell you, with budget with this, and by doing this airport and doing all these different avenues that we've done at the airport, we stayed way, way, way under budget. Matter of fact, they thought they were going to get two of the 4 wish lists approved, and all 4 were approved for this big growth that they're going through over here at the airport. And the reason that was is because we were way under budget, and they loved our warranty, right? We've been here almost 40 years, and we give a 2-year warranty, parts and labor, right out of the gate. You do not pay extra for that. We got our own techs. We got our own service department. We got our own carpenter. We got our own painter. And the reason I throw that is not from an arrogant standpoint. It's to let you know that the reason that these folks chose us is because they know that when they call, we will answer. And that is how it's done. I want to thank you for watching our show. What an awesome show, was it not? Now listen, please keep in mind, our estimates that we do are free. My number's going to come up on the screen, so I can come out and look at your business or your home or your church or whatever you're thinking about doing, or your car or your motorcycle or ATV. And we really do a lot of really cool stuff. But the idea is, if you let me come out, there's no charge. Like when I leave here, I'm going to Valdosta, Georgia today, which is a nice little stint from here, just to design a system for a church that's down there that's desperate for some new audio and some new video. And I love doing that. Now listen, I want you to keep in mind, keep Children's Hospital in your prayers, keep Jay's Hope in your prayers, because let me tell you, serving 47,000 kids a year in just the Middle Georgia area, from Atlanta to Gainesville, Florida, this is the place. And when I walked in here, I've never been in here. And that's a good thing. When I go home and look at my healthy children, I'm not going through what they're going through. And that means that you need to be praying for them, and you need to be supporting this locally. That's a wonderful thing that we just experienced. Was absolutely amazing. I'm going to leave you with this in Colossians 3:23. It says, work with all of your heart like you're working for God, not for man. What that means is, in everything you do, in your relationships, in your church, in your friendships, in your job, everything, give it all you got. Now that's pretty easy to do in my opinion, because I sure do love God. Come see us at Ken's in Macon and Warner Rock. But what you need to see is not right now Gene cleaning the floor. There's Dexter. Look at Dexter. Feel him. And there are the guys. That's Mo, Larry, Curly. Ready?